Hi everybody, Yana here. Welcome to Ask a Teacher, where I'll answer some of your most common Hebrew questions. The question for this lesson is, just what is the difference between biblical and modern Hebrew? Now, you may be attracted to Hebrew for any number of reasons. Perhaps you want to communicate with friends or family, or maybe you're interested in studying the many religious and classical texts written in Hebrew. Depending on your reasons for learning Hebrew, you may end up learning one of two very different languages. Biblical or classical Hebrew was an ancient language that first emerged in the 10th century BC. Over the next centuries, the ancient Hebrew people used it to communicate and to take a record of their history, religion, philosophy, poetry, and culture. A portion of this literary record formed the basis of Hebrew scriptures and also what came to be called the Bible. During the Roman period, the language evolved beyond recognition and later fell out of use in daily life, but it lived on in religious contexts. Hebrew experienced a revival in the late 19th century as part of the larger Zionist movement. Thanks to the effort of Eliezer ben Yehuda, who prepared the first modern Hebrew dictionary, people started using Hebrew again to communicate with one another as they went about their lives. But because of the influence of European languages, Hebrew changed. Grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, not a single aspect of the language went untouched by the transformation. And like any other modern language, Hebrew continues to change. So, for example, the word I or me in biblical Hebrew is Anochi. This same word has changed in modern Hebrew to Ani. Besides this change in pronunciation, modern Hebrew got a lot of new words from languages like French and German. For example, the word concrete or beton came from French, while schnitzel or schnitzel came from German. And of course, there are new words to describe things that did not exist in ancient times, like electricity, chashmal, computer, machshev, car, mechonit, telephone, telephone. At this point in history, someone familiar only with biblical Hebrew would not be able to communicate very well with contemporary native speakers. At the same time, a modern Hebrew speaker cannot easily read the Bible. How was it? Pretty interesting, right? Do you have any more questions? Leave them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them. להתראות! Hi everybody, Yana here. Welcome to Ask a Teacher, where I'll answer some of your most common Hebrew questions. The question for this lesson is, just what is the difference between biblical and modern Hebrew? Now, you may be attracted to Hebrew for any number of reasons. Perhaps you want to communicate with friends or family, or maybe you're interested in studying the many religious and classical texts written in Hebrew. Depending on your reasons for learning Hebrew, you may end up learning one of two very different languages. Biblical or classical Hebrew Hi everybody, Yana here. Welcome to Ask a Teacher, where I'll answer some of your most common Hebrew questions. The question for this lesson is, just what is the difference between biblical and modern Hebrew? Now, you may be attracted to Hebrew for any number of reasons. Perhaps you want to communicate with friends or family, or maybe you're interested in studying the many religious and classical texts written in Hebrew. Depending on your reasons for learning Hebrew, you may end up learning one of two very different languages. Biblical or classical Hebrew was an ancient language that first emerged in the 10th century BC. Over the next centuries, the ancient Hebrew people used it to communicate and to take a record of their history, religion, philosophy, poetry, and culture. A portion of this literary record formed the basis of Hebrew scriptures and also what came to be called the Bible. During the Roman period, the language evolved beyond recognition and later fell out of use in daily life, but it lived on in religious contexts. Hebrew experienced a revival in the late 19th century as part of the larger Zionist movement. Thanks to the effort of Eliezer ben Yehuda, who prepared the first modern Hebrew dictionary, people started using Hebrew again to communicate with one another as they went about their lives. But because of the influence of European languages, Hebrew changed. Grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, not a single aspect of the language went untouched by the transformation. And like any other modern language, Hebrew continues to change. So, for example, the word I or me in biblical Hebrew is Anochi. This same word has changed in modern Hebrew to Ani. Besides this change in pronunciation, modern Hebrew got a lot of new words from languages like French and German. For example, the word concrete or béton came from French, while schnitzel or schnitzel came from German. And of course, there are new words to describe things that did not exist in ancient times, like electricity, חשמל, computer, מחשב, car, מכונית, telephone, טלפון. At this point in history, someone familiar only with biblical Hebrew would not be able to communicate very well with contemporary native speakers. At the same time, a modern Hebrew speaker cannot easily read the Bible. How was it? Pretty interesting, right? Do you have any more questions? Leave them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them. להתראות.
All right, let's get it. Let's clap it up. Let's lock it for all the technical difficulties, man, that we ran into. You know what I'm saying? The oppressor is the devil. But I got a great class for y'all right now, man. I got a few things that I want to go over. We're gonna be touching on I hate to say that. We're gonna be breaking down pause, right? We're gonna be breaking down the history of Hebrew. Okay, I had a few different things, but I got one other video that I did want to play, but I ain't gonna play it just for the time. So let's just get right into it. All right. Shalom. I do my intro. Shalom. Anyakahan Wakwataziyan Mara, Mawarka Kayahayawam, which means peace, Israel. I'm Officer Mara, your teacher for the day. Okay. What we about to go into now is the history of Hebrew. As you may or may not know, okay, the ISUPK, we are known for going into the history books and going into a lot of the different a lot of the I'm sorry, hold on, let me find this real quick. Going into the history books and pulling up all the different historical facts that have to do with Hebrew and have to do with being an Israelite, period. I know a lot of people don't believe that we're Israelites, but we have some proof. And I would just like to show the proof, okay? So here what you're looking at is a textbook called Biblical Hebrew Text and Workbook. Let me see if I can flip this screen. This is the Biblical Hebrew Text and Workbook. Let me show y'all right here. Let me see if I can flip this real quick for everybody on TikTok. Here we go. So the Biblical Hebrew Text and Workbook. Okay, this is a Yale University book, Hebrew 101 course book, Biblical Hebrew Text and Workbook. Now, with that being said, we use this as a reference to any of the Hebrew that that we have looked up so far. No, you good. Yeah, you good. And with that, and what we use it as, like I said, is just a reference. I'm sorry I got sidetracked a little bit. Because somebody called me too at the same time. So any Hebrew that y'all see in the school that we broken down, this is one of the books that we used as a reference to go ahead and prove that how we speak Hebrew is correct, and that the way that everybody else speaks Hebrew is incorrect. All right. Now, let's bring it back. Let me flip the camera back around to me. Boom. All right. So now the next book that I would like to go to is just this one right here. I don't know why I flipped it so fast. I should have waited. This is the Ben Yehuda Hebrew to English, English to Hebrew dictionary. This dictionary right here is good for. Say it again. Oh, that's YouTube. Are we on? I mean, I got 4 people. You sure that's the right one? I got a few people back in the class now. So this Ben Yehuda Hebrew to English, English to Hebrew dictionary is another book that we use to research different Hebrew words and stuff like that. Now remember, we don't speak Hebrew the way the oppressor claims to speak Hebrew. They don't know Hebrew, okay? Because the way that they speak Hebrew is not Hebrew because of the pronunciation. Because Hebrew is consonants only. The term barbarian is used to talk about us, black Israelites or the Israelites. Because of course the oppressor is not an Israelite and he's not a Jew. So the real Jews are blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Now, that being said, they would call us barbarians because our alphabet and our language consist of ah. Every sound is an ah sound. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa. The only other sound we have in our language is I. Okay, cool, we good. So, with that being said, yeah, that was YouTube. So, with that being said, let's go on to the next book. I just want to go through some, it's the history of the Hebrew. It's the Merriam-Webster's Pocket Dictionary. We use this as well. Okay, that's simply explained. This is the Apocrypha, the King James Apocrypha. What y'all may or may not know is the King James Version Bible, okay, the Holy Bible, and the Apocrypha were one at one time. Okay, the King James Apocrypha, they were the original Bible. They decided to sell it separately. This is the 1611 King James Bible, which has the Apocrypha in it. So the Apocrypha that I just showed you and the Holy Bible right here, which the Apocrypha is a part of the Holy Bible, this was the original Bible, the 1611 King James Version Bible. That is the full entire Bible. Now, the reason why they took out this red book here called the Apocrypha is because it has a lot of history. It has a lot of the history of our people. Okay, it has a lot of the history and a lot of history of the wars and the people that we fought against, being the Greeks, being the Romans, being the Assyrians and the Babylonians. So it has a lot of the history, and it also has a lot of scriptures where it states that God only loves the Israelites. So with those two together, I can see why they would want to sell that separately. And we're gonna pull some scriptures out of this Apocrypha as well. All right. But let's get on with it. that's that right now for time's sake. I ain't gonna do too much here, right? I got a few more things to go into. It's about the history of Hebrew, right? So I'm gonna pull up some more stuff right now. Just give me a second. Now, with that being said, right? So that's just some of the books that we use concerning the Hebrew. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Let me see. I don't know where anything else got sent to, but here we go here. All right. Now I had a few more things that I sent, but I don't know where it is. Might just have to send it again from my phone. Y'all just give me a second. All right. Oh wait, I see. I know what's going on. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's go back to the inbox. So now I'm gonna put this up here too. So as y'all know, we have a history, right? We have a history. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the biblical Jews, are the Israelites, okay, according to the Bible. Now, part of our history in the ISUPK is being revolutionaries, like the way Christ was a revolutionary, right? But to go into the history of Christ, I want to show this right here. Okay. First off, people look down on blacks and Hispanics, right? People look down on blacks and Hispanics. But do you know that Jesus Christ was named after a Hispanic man? Now, I want to pull this up, and I want to put me in the corner. There we go. So Jesus Christ was named after a so-called Hispanic man. That man was Joshua, and I'll show you. The tribe of Ephraim, according to the Bible, right, and according to biblical and historical prophecies and facts, the tribe of Ephraim is the so-called Puerto Ricans, okay? So this book right here, this is out of the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Now, remember, I didn't go into all of the books just for time's sake because we started our class pretty late. But is a quite a few more books. Is a quite a bit of books that I could have shown. Okay, I didn't go into the Oxford dictionary. Okay, the Oxford Hebrew Dictionary. Man, it's so much I could have went into. But anyway, back to the point. And also, Charles, I want to let y'all know I do have the pictures of them. I was going to show them, but like I said, we started the class late. Now, back to the point. Let's read this. This is out of the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Okay, I believe this is the definition of Christ. Okay, so now it was more to the definition, but I'm going here to the third definition right here, the third one. So it says names, titles, and offices. The name Jesus means Savior. We know that, right? Matthew 1:21. And his name is the same as the Hebrew name Joshua. Christ's name is Yahweh Shai. If you go into the Hebrew, which we can do right now, why don't we just do it, right? Y'all follow me for a second. Let's just go here. Let's go to the Blue Letter Bible. I love using the Blue Letter Bible because you can parallel it with the Hebrew. It can be paralleled with the Hebrew. So I just typed in Joshua, right? Out of King James. So Joshua, you see right here. Now, any of these scriptures have Joshua in it. So here we go right here. Joshua 1:1. 1:1 is the interlinear. I read a little bit of the Hebrew just in the spirit of the Hebrew class. Wayahaya, Akharya, Mawaf, Masha, Ibad Yahweh, Waya Amar Yahweh, Al Yahweh Shai. Yah, let me show you this. Yah, Ha, Wa, Shah, and the character I. Remember, everything has the I sound except for I. Yahweh Shai, right? Yahweh Shai, Joshua. right? They also use a spell like this, Yahweh Shawai, but that's just another type of spelling that they use. They also use Yahushai, right? You'll see that in the Hebrew New Testament, which of course our people didn't write. The Hebrew New Testament is not historical. The New Testament in Hebrew is not historical. Like the New Testament is a fact, but the version that they have in Hebrew, that was not found in caves or anything. That was just some oppressor that translated it back to Hebrew. That was it. That's why it got Yashawai, I believe they use. They use Yashawai. And I believe they use that where it says they use it for Jesus. They also use it for I think where it says Jesse in the New Testament, they use it as well. But I forget why the different reasons why they chose to use it. But anyway, this is Christ's name, Yahweh Shai, the one at the top. Yahweh Shai. This is Jesus Christ's name. In Hebrew, his name is Joshua. In English, it's the same name as Joshua. So Yahweh Shai or Jesus, so it's Yahweh Shai in Hebrew, as you can see right here at the top. Yahweh Shai is Hebrew. Joshua is English, right? His name right here, Joshua, is the English name. And Jesus is the Greek name. Okay? So Jesus in Greek, Joshua in English, Yahushai was his actual name in Hebrew, Yahushai. And he got his name from a Puerto Rican man from the tribe of Ephraim. Okay, I'll finish reading the Hebrew verse. Al Yahushai Ban Nawan Masharath Mashallah Amar. So let's read what it said in English. Okay, we just want to be in the spirit of the Hebrew class. Let's read what it said. It says, now after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, it came to pass that the Lord spake unto Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses's minister, saying. Now also, if y'all don't know, Joshua was not Joshua's name. His name was Hosea. So a Puerto Rican is famous for the name Hosea and Joshua. I'll show you, because Hosea, right, was his name at first until Moses gave him a Hebrew name. Also, with the history of Israelites or the history of Hebrew, hold on, let me see. Joshua, let me see. I think it's Hosea. Oh, I think it's spelled Hosea, right? Or something like that in the Old Testament. I might be jamming it up. Boom, boom, boom. I'll just use Joshua. I'll just type it in again and we'll just find it real fast. All right. But also, if y'all didn't know, in the Israelite school UPK, we are famous for surnaming people because the Bible proves that we surnamed a lot of people, right? That people were surnamed. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Where can I find this at where Moses named Joshua? Oh man, I always forget the scripture. Always forget the scripture. Boom, boom, boom. It's not in Joshua. It's in one of the let me type this in. Let me type this into Google, y'all. Hey, y'all roll with me real quick, right? So Moses, let's type this in. Moses named, we're gonna name Joshua. All right, this is real simple. Typing too fast. Moses named Joshua. Y'all follow me. Moses named Joshua, right? Moses renamed his successor. Here it is, Hoshea or Oshea. That's what I was missing. Let's type this in right here to the Blue Letter Bible. Okay. All right, y'all just follow me for a second. We just going into our history. So we do give people Hebrew names in the Israelite school UPK, and this is why. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Let me see. Of the tribe of Ephraim, These are the names of the men which Moses sent to spy out the land. Boom, boom, boom. So this was Joshua, but we're going to go here to Numbers 3 and 8. Let's see if we can find it. I won't read the Hebrew this time. I'll just read the boom, boom, boom. Oh, okay, so hold on. Boom, boom. Let me see. It might got to type in HOSHEA and see if we can get this one here. It might pop up this way. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Might be it. Boom, boom, boom. Let me see if I can get. All right, so that's it right there. Let me see if we can go to here and see if we can find where he named Joshua. Speak all the words in the ears of the son of Nun, of Hoshea, the son of Nun, which we know Joshua was the son of Nun. But I want to get exactly where he surnamed him. Boom, boom, boom. Hold on. Let me go back to Google. Y'all follow me. I want to get the exact scripture. All right. They usually give us a scripture in Google. It didn't this time though. Boom, boom, boom. Numbers 3 and 16. All right, Numbers 3 and 16. There we go. 13 and 16. I'm sorry. So we just a few. We got to go down. Numbers 13 and 16. Let's type this in here. And then we're gonna go back to Christ. And I'm gonna show you. We're just gonna finish reading it. All right, boom. Numbers 13 and 16. Here we go. And I'll read it in the English. These are the names of the men which Moses sent to spy out the land. Moses called Hosea, the son of Nun, Jehoshua, right? Boom, boom, boom. And if we go down here to where, so his name was Hosea. His name was Hawashai, right? Hosea or Hoshea, however you want to pronounce it, Hosea. This is the actual name Hosea, though, in English. So Hawashai in Hebrew, and he surnamed him right here, Yahawashai, with a Yah at the beginning. Yahawashai, Joshua, or Jehoshua, however y'all want to say it, since y'all seen it right there. But it's also the name Joshua. It comes from right here. You see it right here. Yahawashai, Joshua, or Jehoshua. Either way you want to say it is right here. All right. Son of Nun of the tribe of Ephraim, successor to Moses, as the leader of the children of Israel, led the conquest of Canaan. All right, I believe that's it. So we saw we really got to get. Okay. Now it's a lot. You know, y'all forgive me if I'm moving this phone around too much, but for TikTok. But listen, so let's go back. So as we can see here, names, titles, and offices. The name Jesus means Savior, Matthew 1 and 21, and is the same name as the Hebrew name Joshua. It is usually joined with other terms. When it stands alone, it is as doubtless for the purpose of emphasizing his humanity. Christ, meaning anointed one. Okay, is the Greek equivalent of the Hebrew word Messiah, which is Mashiach in Hebrew. It is often used with the definite article, which gives it the force of the promised Christ. Why? Because he was prophesied by Moses to come and be our Savior. Moses prophesied about Christ. Okay. Sometimes Jesus forbade people to make him known as the Messiah, and it keeps going. All right. But this is what we needed about him having the name Joshua. Okay. It's the same name as Joshua. Joshua is a Puerto Rican man, was a Puerto Rican man from the tribe of Ephraim. He is the one that made the name Hosea famous, and he made the name Joshua and or Jesus famous. So today he's responsible for 3 names. Yes, a Puerto Rican ran the goddamn nation of Israel, was in charge of Israelites. Now, I ain't saying Bad Bunny perfect, none of that. But when it comes to black people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are black people, so you better stop hating. And that's the point. You can't hate on it. Yeah, he ain't perfect, but nigga, neither are you. So what are you complaining about? At a time like this, I think we should be standing together, or at least for the purpose of what they doing to our brothers, man. At least to show some damn love. Now let's get back to the class. All right. I have a few more things that I want to go into. Okay, just to go into a little bit of history for the Hebrew. Okay, let me get boom. Let me post this back right here. Flip the camera back on me for a second as I pull this up. Boom. Now, speaking of names, it would not be right. It would not be due. It would not be fair if I didn't go into this right here. All right, if I didn't bring this out right here. Okay. It would not be fair. I have to do this out of love and respect for the history of the Israelite school of UPK. Now, in the Israelite school of UPK, in ISUPK, we have always had 7 heads of the school. There's always been 7 men in charge of the school. Before, it was Chief Head Priest Mashah, Chief Head Priest Yaikwab, Chief Head Priest Ariyah, Chief Head Priest Yeshaya, I believe, Kazak, Lahab, and Shar. Salaki if I messed up the rank. Now, those were the 7 men that were over the school. Those men left Commanding General Yohana in charge of the school. So Commanding General Yohana and the names that you see under him are now the 7 men in charge of the school under Commanding General Yohana. And it is only a just due that I break down or give you the translation to their names. Speaking of names, since we went into Jesus Christ's name being Joshua in English, and Yahweh Shai in Hebrew, and Jesus in Greek, and his name means Savior, the anointed Savior. That's it. So let me give you what Commanding General Yohana's name means. As you can see here, his name means joy. All right, the translation of his name is joy. Second in command, General Mahiman. His name is trustworthy. Okay. Third in command, General Mayaka Alaka, or General Mayaka Allah, since the other Mayaks have, given up their sword or dropped their sword, as we say. But General Mayaka Allah is who is like God. That's the translation of his name, the 11th. He was the 11th Mayak in the school when he was given his name, the 11th one. This school is the history of the school. Okay. General Hazayan, his name is translated as the weapon. If you know anything about General Hazayan, that name fits him very well. Most High Christ, right? General Shawamar is next up. His name is Watcher or Keeper. That is the translation of his name. All right. Next up, we have General Kathumgabar. His name is Golden Warrior. Golden Warrior is the translation of his name. General Kabbalah, last but not least, the head of the Hebrew class, the head of the Hebrew in the nation. General Kabbalah is receiver of truth. Receiver of truth. That's General Kabbalah's name. These are the translations of the men in charge of the Israelite school UPK. It was only right that I went into the translation and gave you the translation of their names. Okay, speaking of the names. All right, since we went into a little bit of the history of names. Now we got more to go. We got some more history and different artifacts and things that we're gonna go into. Now I had a ton of stuff, but there's no way I'm going to be able to do it in the time that we have in this class. We got less than an hour in the class. Also, to everybody online, type in your questions, man. You know what I mean? We're going to answer any questions you got about the Hebrew, okay? All right, any questions you may have about the Hebrew. All right, so now we'll pull up some more stuff out of the email. Okay, I have to do this. I'll do this and then I'll break down the names of the tribes. Hold on, let me see, what was this one right here? Yes, all right, okay. All right, I have to do this. I have to bring this out. This is a must. This must be brought out. This needs be, as the Bible says. This needs be. We got a charger in here for the iPhone. Well, let me give everybody this for the phone cut off on us, all right? Now, this right here, this is hold on, get my screen right. Boom, here we go. Yeah, if you can attach it on there, I don't know how it's gonna go. Oh, it's magnet? All right. Just magnetic. Perfect. Yes, yeah, we got charged, man. Get a Shamara hand. Give the guard, the watcher, the keeper of the class. Give him a hand. Now, let me just flip this screen over because y'all got to see this. Y'all have to. Speaking of history, number one, this comes from the book From Babylon to Timbuktu. Let me go to Google. We done went to Google about 1,000,000 times, but I'm definitely going to Google here so y'all can see this black historian who studied the Israelites and the biblical Jews. He wasn't in our school or nothing, but he deserved his credit, right? From Babylon to Timbuktu. Yeah, I'll take the water. The water. You can just sit it right there. The water. From Babylon to Timbuktu. Look what pops up. Page 84. Babylon to Timbuktu. Now, what page do we have on the screen? Of course, we had, oh, wait, I believe I'm still on page 84. Now, let me show this to you. Look, Babylon to Timbuktu, page 84. Rudolph Windsor, From Babylon to Timbuktu, discusses historical, religious, and cultural elements, specifically mentioning a temple, a statue, and actions associated with the altar within the context of the history of Black peoples in the ancient world. Of Black peoples in the ancient world. What is the history about? Black people. Okay, listen, y'all gotta let me. Y'all gotta let me live. I got to let me live. Okay. This is the book From Babylon to Timbuktu. I'll also show you a picture of Rudolph Windsor in a second. If you just give me a second. This is the book From Babylon to Timbuktu. This is one of the books I would have loved to shown, but I got a chance to do it anyway. Right? From Babylon to Timbuktu, a Black historian, man. Let me show y'all Rudolph Windsor. Hold on. Let's highlight his name. Oh, damn, they won't let me highlight it. That's all I'm trying to do. Let's get Rudolph Windsor up in here. Bang. Let's do this as y'all flow with me. Rudolph Windsor. Here we go. Who that right there, bro? Come on, man. Black historian. Look a little bit like Sonetta. Might be AI. It's like, no, I'm gonna stop. Come on, man. From this is the brother Rudolph Windsor. He was just a Black historian. That's all. He wasn't an Israelite. He wasn't in our school, but he was a Black historian, and he studied this book right here, From Babylon to Timbuktu. And what did Rudolph Windsor do? He went and looked up the history of who? Come on back now. Here we go. Of Black people. Of Black people. The history is already highlighted, but I'm going to highlight it anyway. Of Black peoples in the ancient world. All right. Now, let's go to page 84. Okay. Let's go. Let's go to page 84. Here we are right here. Page 84, From Babylon to Timbuktu. I know y'all see the page says 84 right at the top. All right. Now, I'm going to make this as large as I can. Okay. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's really go into this. All right. Let's really go into this. The water for everybody tuning in. So now, out of the book From Babylon to Timbuktu, a black historian, by the way. All right. It says in the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem, captured our homeland, the homeland of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indian people. Yes, we warred and fought with the Romans as well. We were an actual people. We weren't just a fairy tale before slavery. We fought against the Romans, and we lost. Why? Because we were sinning against God. But that's a whole nother topic. So in 70 AD, General Vespasian and his sons, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state, meaning to our homeland, put an end to Israel. Right here it says, captured our capital city, Jerusalem. Right? And the oppressor, he tried to steal our culture and tried to take our land. But it's all good because we're going to get it back. Right. Titus put an end to the Jewish state. So they surrounded our homeland, burned down our cities. You know how they got there. You know how the Romans got there. It says, with great slaughter. With great slaughter. Let me just get right here. Let me just stay back a little bit. Hopefully y'all can see me moving the mouse. All right. It says, during the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. It says, during the period from Pompey to Julius, from the rulership of Pompey to the rulership of Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. Fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. Over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. Now, ask yourself this question. When did 1 million white people flee into Africa from slavery from the Romans? I'll wait. Tell me when 1 million white people, over 1 million white people, fled into Africa to hide from the Romans. That would just be they had a better chance just going into goddamn Russia somewhere. That's because they never fled into Africa. Because they were never white. Because we are not white. The Jews are blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. And we fled into Africa, fleeing from the Roman persecution and from slavery. Over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. Let's keep reading. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves, black Israelite slaves. The brother, the black historian Rudolph Windsor, who authored this book From Babylon to Timbuktu, he stated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa. This is real black history, man. It don't get no realer than this, man. This is real black history. Real black and brown history. You cannot escape it. You cannot go around it. You can't say we're lying. History proves what we're saying. So First, I had to prove that we were Israelites. Here's your proof from a black historian, Rudolph Winter. He put it in his book, From Babylon to Timbuktu. There's your proof. Now, let's go a little bit further. All right, let's go a little bit further. Now let's go into the names of the 12 tribes of Israel. The names of these Israelites. Okay, right here is the name chart that we have that we use in the ISUPK. So if y'all now, you may or you may not know. Okay, so this is the 12 tribes of Israel chart. How you say that in Hebrew is Hashanya, Aishara, Shabbatyam, Yasher Allah. Okay, Hashanya, Aishara. All right, Hashanya, Aishara, meaning the 12 tribes. Salakia, Shabbatyam is the tribes. Hashanya, Aishara is 12. Shabbatyam is tribes. Yasha Allah is the name of Israel, is our actual name. Our name means Prince of God. Okay, and if you're a sister, Black, Hispanic, or Native American, Indian sister, that means Princess of God. You're a Prince of the Power. The Power is a name that we use to not always use the Lord's name. We just called him the Power. That was later translated as God later on. All right, mistranslated as God. So you are a prince or princess of God. Now let's start with the tribes. Okay, let's and I believe down here is the tribe chart, right? Also, and the scriptures where you can read about it. Genesis 49th chapter and Deuteronomy the 33rd chapter. Okay, let's get it. So now, let's start with Judah. All right, speaking of names, the tribe of Judah. Judah means Yahweh thinks. Yahweh thank you, Yahweh thanks. And that name in Hebrew is, it's pronounced Yahwadah. Yahwadah, here's the Hebrew pronunciation for it. Yahwadah, right at the top, Yahwadah. Yahwadah is the name of the tribe of Judah. That the tribe of Judah, our names mean Yahweh thanks. Okay. Next up is the tribe of Benjamin. The tribe of Benjamin, their name is Binyamin. Binyamin, that's how you say their name in Hebrew. This is the Hebrew form for it, the second one right here. Right, Binyamin, this is what the tribe of Benjamin, this is what their name means. Their name means son of the right. Okay, son of the right hand, son of the right. Okay, and there's a little bit of history behind why their name means son of the right. Is because their mother, Rachel, passed away as she was giving birth to the tribe of Benjamin, and she named them originally son of my travail. But our forefather, Yasher Allah, he said, the hell with that. He ain't the son of your travail. He is the son of the right hand, the son of the Lord, the son of the right hand of God, the son of the right. He's right with the Most High. All right. So now, and speaking of that, it is a Benjamite or brother from the tribe of Benjamin, which is commanding General Yohanan, that is over the nation of Israel right now under Christ. All right. Next up is the tribe of Levi. The tribe now. Oh, I'm sorry. So let me show you. The tribe of Judah is the so-called Negro. Okay. Judah are the so-called Negroes. We're the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Yahwadah, the Jews. Okay. Benjamin, or the tribe of Benjamin, are the people from the West Indian island in the Caribbean islands. All right. Jamaicans, Trinidadians, St. Lucia, St. Thomas, St. Vincent, all those small islands, the Bahamas. Barbados, all those the West Indian Islands. All right. Next is our Haitian brothers, the tribe of Levi. They used to be the priest. Okay, their name in Hebrew is Loyah. Okay, and this is how it's spelled in the actual Hebrew letters, original letters, what they call Paleo Hebrew, what they call Phoenician, what they call Aramaic. It's really just ancient Hebrew. Okay. Now the tribe of Levi, their name is pronounced Loyah, and their name means joined to me. Joined to me. Now the history behind their name is, as y'all know, Rachel and, or may not know, Rachel and Leah, they were sisters. They were married to our forefather, Yashar Allah, which is Israel, right? His name was before Jacob, before the Lord changed his name to Yashar Allah, to Israel, or Yaiquab in the Hebrew, and then changed it to Yashar Allah. Now they were sort of in a battle, right? In the tug of war for their husband, because of course they were sisters and they were married to the same man. They also gave their husband 2 more wives, because a man can have more than one wife. And they were sort of battling for children, because Rachel couldn't have any children and Leah was having children. But our forefather originally only wanted to marry Rachel. He didn't want to marry Leah, which is, our other foremother, right? Specifically, definitely mine, since I'm a Judite. But when she had Levi, she said, now my husband will be joined to me, because she knew that he wanted to marry her sister and did not want to marry her originally. But the Lord allowed her to keep getting pregnant. Every time they got it in, she popped the baby out. And when she had Levi, she birthed him a ton of sons. She said, now, will my husband be joined to me? So that's just the history behind our Haitian brothers, who later on became the priest of the Israelites, the Israelite priests. Next up, the tribe of Simeon. Here we go, y'all. The tribe of Simeon. And the Hebrew, their name is Shemaiwan. Shemaiwan. And you can see this is the spelling of their name right here. Shemaiwan, right? Shemaiwan is the so-called Dominicans, Dominicano, and the Dominicana, I believe in Spanish, right? Our Dominican brothers and sisters, their name means affliction heard. Yes, Dominicans are also Israelites. We got the Negroes from the tribe of Judah. We got the West Indies, the Caribbean islands, the tribe of Benjamin, our Jamaican and Trinidadian brothers and all that, Barbados, the small islands. Then we got our Haitian brothers, the tribe of Levi. Now we had our Dominican brothers, the tribe of Simeon, okay? Now, next up is Zabalawan. Zabalawan. Their name is, that's the tribe of Zebulon. In Hebrew, their name is pronounced Zabalawan. This is the spelling of their name in Hebrew right here, in the ancient Hebrew. This is what their name means. Their name means dwelling. Dwelling, okay? I forget exactly the history, but I believe I believe their mother said, "Dwell with me," or something like that. That they were in a battle for their husband. 4 wives married to one man, and they was going at it. It can get like that when you got, when they love the man they love. So now that's the tribe of Zabalawan is our brothers from Guatemala to not Guatemala to Panama, is is that it? Guatemala to Panama. That's Zabalawan, right? Which is like Honduras and all in between Guatemala and Panama. That's the tribe of Zabalawan. So you from Honduras, you from Panama, you from Guatemala, you the tribe of Zabalawan, you the chosen people of God. Next up, we was just talking about these cats right here. Bad Bunny and his tribe, Ephraim. Okay, now I heard that he didn't represent y'all too good, but he did represent for y'all. and for us, because we the same, as you can see. Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans, their name in Hebrew is Aparium. This is the spelling of their name right here, Aparium. Now let me make sure y'all with me, right? Y'all seeing all this. Okay, Aparium. So Aparium, their name is means I am fruitful. I am fruitful. And if you know anything about the Puerto Ricans, brother, they will pop you a baby out in a heartbeat. I already got 5 kids. I think if I meet a Hispanic sister, I'm gonna go bald, bro. I'm telling you, I'm just wake up one day and the baby's gonna be everywhere. I'm gonna catch up to you. I'm gonna catch up to you. Catch up to the guard, man. Fanya Allah, he got a starting 5 and 3 for the football team, right? Oh, 4 for the football team. He got 9 kids.
Starting 5, 4 on the bench.
And 4 on the bench. I keep telling myself that I want to have more kids, but I keep telling I know I want to have more kids, but I'm telling myself I'm not having no more because of the work of the Lord. I gotta keep going, y'all. I got cities to build. Shout out to our brother Karab, man. That brother, man, rise again, Karab. He came and that nigga built his cities up, man, that he had his zones up that he had to do. Did what he had to do. I'm right behind you, brother, to build up these zones, man. See you on them chariots, our Lord's will. All right, rise again. So now let's keep going. The tribe, next up is the tribe of Manasseh. Manasseh is how you pronounce that in Hebrew. This is the pronunciation of their name, Manasseh. This is the so-called Cubans. The tribe of Manasseh or the tribe of Manasseh is the so-called Cubans, man. All right, because remember our forefather had 4 wives and 12 sons, and 1 daughter, which is Dinah, right, or Diana in Hebrew. So the tribe of Manasseh is the so-called Cubans, right? Manasseh, their name means made to forget. Made to forget. All right, the tribe of Manasseh. If y'all know a little bit of history about Manasseh and Ephraim, Manasseh was the older brother, but Ephraim outranked him as the younger brother because Moses put his hand on Ephraim's head. So instead of the Cubans being known as the older brother or the main brother from Joseph, the tribe of Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans, is the head, is the main tribe of that came out of Joseph, right? That came from Joseph. So now, and a little bit of history is Joseph, these are his sons, but they're counted as tribes in Israel because how gigantic their race is. Well, our race is, but the numbers of their tribes, of their families within our race. Okay. Now let's keep going. The tribe of Gad, y'all know these people. The tribe of Gad, their name is pronounced God, right? Or how you would say Gad or God. And this is how this is their name in Hebrew. Their name means troop. Who is this tribe? The Native American Indians are the tribe of Gad. The Cherokee, the Pequot. What's the ones that was in Philly? The La something. Their name begin with an L. Come on, y'all. Somebody type this in, the name of the Israelites that was from Philly. It wasn't the Pequot. It was the La something tribe. I'm gonna pull it up for you right out my phone right now as soon as I get it. Oh man, their name is right on the tip of my tongue, man. I gotta go and grab this from the phone though, so I can grab the picture from the phone. My phone jamming up on me. Okay, hold on. It was the Lenape Indians. The Lenape Indians, Cherokee Indian, Pequot Indian, all the tribes, man. All the different Gadite families are the Native American Indians, okay? Next up is the tribe of Reuben. The tribe of Reuben, their name is Ra'alban. Ra'alban in Hebrew, okay? This is the pronunciation in Hebrew, Ra'alban. Their name is See It's a Son. See It's a Son, because back at that time, they ain't have a what you call it? Ultrasound. They didn't have an ultrasound system. Now I heard in Egypt they had a specific thing that the women could pee on. And I believe it's like if the flower grew. So I think I'm mixing up the pregnancy test. It was like a pregnancy test they had in Egypt where I believe it was like you were pregnant, and if it grew, if you peed on some flower or something like that, or some seed, if it sprouted, you was pregnant. If it didn't, then you weren't pregnant. I forget how it goes. And then there was also something else where they could tell if it was a boy or a girl. Okay, but I can't remember. You might got to look it up on your own time. But the tribe of Ra'alban, or the tribe of Reuben, is the Seminole Indians. The Seminole Indians from out there in Florida. That's the tribe of Reuben. Next up, come on now, y'all. They all in the news. These brothers right here, the tribe of Asher, they all in the news right now. The tribe of Asher, their name is Ashar in Hebrew. This is the pronunciation of their name, Ashar. Their name is happy. Their name means happy. Now, the tribe of Asher is from Colombia to Uruguay, which is Brazil. From Colombia, the Colombians, all the way to Uruguay, which encompasses Brazil and who else? Venezuela. Venezuela is all in the news right now. All has just been in the news ridiculously. Venezuela has been in the news. You know, they just took their president not that long ago. And if you notice, if you looked at Venezuela, they were happy because they was independent. They were happy. You go down to Brazil, now they might not have been, you know, super rich because of the leadership that was over them, but they were free. You know what I mean? Like they had their own. You know what I'm saying? If somebody was oppressing them, it was their own that was oppressing them. Next up, the tribe of Naphtali. Naphtali. Their name is Naphthalia in Hebrew. This is the Hebrew pronunciation of their name, Naphthalia. Okay, their name means my wrestling. My wrestling. And I forget exactly the breakdown on why their name is my wrestling, but I know it was one of the wives that was given to our forefather by Leah or Rachel, and she I forget exactly what it was, but I know it was something where she said she wrestled. That's the only thing I can tell you, and of course it's in the name, and I'm so sorry to my Naphtalian brothers. Okay, the tribe of Naphtali is from Argentina to Chile. So you Argentinian, you are an Israelite. You from Chile or anywhere in between that area, you are an Israelite from Argentina to Chile. Okay. Last but not least, listen, our brothers have been in the news ridiculously, have been mistreated ridiculously. The tribe of Issachar is Yashakar in the Hebrew. Here's the Hebrew spelling for their name, Yash Shakar, right? Their name means he is hired. He is hired. Now, if you hire somebody to do a job, any race, who you going to hire to do that job? Our so-called Mexican brothers. Mexicans are the people of God, and that's why they're being tormented by this wicked oppressor, because he hates our brothers, because they are the chosen people of God. And they are hired. They name says it all. He is hired. Yash Shakar. Okay. So that's the 12 tribes of Israel. I'll go over them again. Let me zoom out. So Judah at the top is the so-called Negro, the tribe of Yahwadah. Benjamin right here is the so-called West Indies or the West Indian Islands, the tribe of Benjamin. Okay. Levi is the so-called Haitians, right? The tribe of Loya. Simeon is the so-called Dominicans, the tribe of Shemaiwan. Zebulon is the people from Guatemala to Panama, including Honduras, right? It's from Guatemala to Panama, the tribe of Zabalawan. Okay. Next up, the tribe of Ephraim, Bad Bunny. All right. The tribe of Aparium, the so-called Puerto Ricans. Next up is the Cubans, the tribe of Manasseh, the tribe of Manasseh in Hebrew is the so-called Cubans. Then we get the Gadites. The Gadites is the Native American Indians, the so-called Native American Indians. Their name is God in Hebrew, okay? Next up is the tribe of Reuben, the Seminole Indians from Florida, the tribe of Rehoboam. Okay, then you got the tribe of Asher, Venezuela, Colombia to Uruguay. Okay, tribe of Asher, the tribe of Ashar. Okay, from Colombia to Uruguay, including Venezuela. Next up is Naphtali, the tribe of Naphthalia, from Argentina to Chile. Okay, our people from Argentina to Chile, our Israelites. And last but not least, man, the tribe of Issachar. Last but not least, the tribe of Issachar, the so-called Mexicans, the tribe of Yash Shakar. The history of the tribes you can read in Genesis chapter 49 and Deuteronomy chapter 33. All right. Here we go right here. Now, that being said, let's go a little bit more into some more history. Let's go a little bit more into some into the history. All right, it's different artifacts, and I mean, just different things that I can prove that we're Israelites. Okay, let's go a little bit more into it. Let me pull up some more stuff. Any questions online? Please type in your question. All right. Oh man, is it time for some scriptures yet? I'm seeing a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Let me see. We did that. We did a little bit of the history. I'm not going to hit the scripture yet. I don't think I'm gonna go into the scriptures yet. I got 2 more emails to pull up. Okay, here we go. And let's get into some artifacts and some things of that nature. Starting off. Damn, you know what I didn't send? I didn't send King James, picture of King James, but this right here, I know y'all see this. This is is a famous Scotsman, right? A famous Scotsman, John Knox. Okay, John Knox, and you can see the I believe that's Greek or something. Ionis Knox, or I don't know how they supposed to spell that in Greek or whatever. But let's read a little bit about this brother right here. What you're going to find out is a brother. If you look at the facial features, you might in the beginning assume it's a devil, but you know they did put this in black and white. I'm pretty sure when they drew this, it probably had some color to it, or even if it didn't, you'll be able to soon see that this is a black man. And we'll read. Now, hold on, whoa. Let me hold on. Y'all can't even see it out there. Let me go to it. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. So now, this is John Knox, right? See if I can make it a little bit bigger. Here we go. Perfect. It says, as Corsi inspection will affirm, none of these prominent Scotsmen looks typically Scottish. I wonder why that is. In fact, they appear rather dark and Semitic. Dark and Semitic. Dark and Middle Eastern. Dark and Middle Eastern. I wonder what Rudolph Windsor, with that black historian, I wonder how hard it was for him to find the truth, for him to find the fact that Jews were black. It was not hard. You know why? Because 700 years ago, it was a known fact. So all you have to do is a little bit of research. It was a known fact 700 years ago. It was not a lie. Everyone knew this. Let's get back into it. So dark. So this Scotsman, Scotland, Scottish, appear rather dark and Semitic and Middle Eastern. Yet here they are, Scottish aristocrats. The Scottish royal stewards. King James, James Stewart. King James Stewart. The royal stewards were equally what? Dark and Semitic. Dark and Middle Eastern. Dark and from Israel. In appearance. Of Charles II, dusky appearance, his mother, Queen Henrietta Maria, had been half mortified, writing after her confident confinement that the child was so dark, she was ashamed of him. He was quietly dubbed the Black Boy. Enemies made out that he was a black bastard. Now, God damn it don't get no better than that. Begotten by a black Scotsman. There you go. Begotten by a black Scotsman. There you have it. And if you see that beard, black men can grow that beard too. There's a couple brothers, man, got that beard, especially if y'all out here in Philly or Lancaster or York or Harrisburg or Reading, Allentown. Y'all know how our brothers wear their beards out here in Philly and in those zones. Big shout out to everybody in South Jersey too. All right. And everywhere, wherever y'all tuning in from. But the black bastard or the black boy, the black Scotsman, John Knox. Let's go a little bit further, shall we? Shall we go a little further? I had to go to the royalty of Europe. The royalty of Eastern Europe. Look at that crown, man. The royalty of Eastern Europe, a knight. You know what I'm saying? With the shield like the coat of arms. This is a real picture. A real painting. I forget the brother's name. This is a real painting. Let's go a little bit further. If that wasn't good enough, I'll go here. First off, let's just confirm that this brother's black and wearing a bucket hat. Let's just confirm that. I listen. You walk past this cat right here every day at the deli. If y'all want to down black people, you can find this Negro at the deli any given Saturday, Friday night, any day, any time of the year. Bucket hat, beard. How about this? This looks like our grandfather. Now, let's confirm. So we already confirmed that this is a black man wearing a bucket hat. Let's actually confirm who the hell it even is. Let's make this as big as I can. I don't want to take away from the facial features. Come on, y'all. They ain't messing with me now. Okay, this is fresco of King David. This is a fresco of King David, 1411. Who that? King David. The Jew? The dark Semitic man? Come on, man. The over 1 million black Jewish slaves, meaning real Jews, that fled into Africa, that left our homeland, Jerusalem, black people. King David, a fresco of King David, 1411, from the Hall of Giants, Trinci Palace, Foligno, Italy. I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's from Italy. 700 years ago, it was not hidden that black people were Jews. But it is hidden in 2026, isn't it? It's a real Black History Month. King David in a bucket hat, a real fresco of him from 1411. And you can Google this. Just Google it. Fresco. You know what? Put my money where my mouth is. Let's go to Google. Let's go to Google, y'all. Let's just type it in. Fresco of King David. King David. What was the name of the hall? 1411. Look, it pops right up. Pop right up. Fresco of King David, 1411. Let's see. Let's go to images. Damn, this is the full image right here, bro. This nigga got on a hoodie or something. Hold on. Hold on. King David was really that nigga. He rocking a hoodie 1,000 years ago. Hold on, wait. Where is that? Did it pop up? Oh, man. What he got on? What he wearing? A garment? Fresco of King David. This is the original picture. As you can see the writing on it from 1411. It is real Black history before slavery. Black people were Jews, were Israelites. And you know what's crazy? So many people talk trash about us being Israelites, how radical we are, and how we always at the white man. But you know what they cannot deny? That we actually went and found our history. That we actually went and found our culture before slavery. And we standing on business, God damn it. We not giving it up. And you should too. There's a reason why they don't teach us this in school. Because then eventually the Jewish man who runs everything, he's going to have to answer for why he stole that identity that he claimed. But it's a known fact he stole it because in 1948, he started the Zionist movement and then went and claimed the homeland, our homeland, and he's fighting the Palestinians to this day. Because they are saying, listen, you effing bastard, y'all don't live here, no more than we live here. Because neither one of us belong here. This is not our homeland. We are just living in the unoccupied land of the real Jews, of the Israelites. So you can't push me out from the other side of the West Bank, and I can't force you to stay on the other side of the West Bank. We're both just squatters in the land of black people. That's what the war is really over. That's why the Palestinians ain't letting that go, because the Palestinians was there before the so-called Jewish man, who is really just an Ashkenazi Russian. Some old Polish man, some old cat from the steppes of Georgia, Russia, just the average white boy that decided to go and claim our identity so that he can trade with Muslims and Christians during the Ottoman Turk Wars, is when he converted to being a Jew. You can look this up. You can look it up. Here we got King David in the damn bucket hat, chilling. Real Frisco from 1411. Come on, man. And I went right to Google and showed it. Hold on. Oh, damn. I didn't share this. God damn it, y'all. I'm so sorry. This is what we've been looking at the whole time on TikTok. Please forgive me. Dang. This right here, the original fresco. It's the original picture. You know what I'm saying? Like this come on, man. And you know what? It's so much more artifacts. It's so much more that I gotta pull up, man. There's so much more. Can I get, damn, we got 6 minutes left. I got a whole nother email to go into. God damn. All right, let's keep going. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna leave this up there for y'all on YouTube. But I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna just go into this email. All right, email number 4, y'all. Oh, the scriptures. Let's go. I don't know if we got enough time to pull this, but can you give me this scripture here? Give me the Apocrypha. Is it Apocrypha down there? All right, give me the Apocrypha. Give me 2nd Maccabees, the 7th chapter. 2nd Maccabees, the 7th chapter. Ooh, we're gonna have to read fast. A little bit of history, y'all. Real history out the Bible now. We got to go into the Bible. 2nd Maccabees, start at verse 1. I'm gonna drop you. You're gonna read to verse 3, and I'm going to skip you down for time's sake. And we are going to go to verse. Ooh, we got a ton of reading. I'm gonna skip you down to 12 after you read the verse 3. So let's go ahead and get the Apocrypha. What I'll do is I'll go to Google and I'll pull it up for everybody to see online. KingJames.org. I think we got it on here too. KingJames.org. You got it whenever you get it. Okay. Boom, boom. We going to the Apocrypha. Okay, here we go. Here we go, y'all. Let's get it. Say something.
Check.
Yeah, go ahead. You good.
Calvin Khan. This is the book of 2nd Maccabees, chapter 7, verse 3. Then the king, being enraged, commanded pens and cauldrons.
So, if y'all don't know, this is the story of the woman and her 7 sons. When the Romans had came, the Greeks. When the Greeks had came and tried to get us to eat pork. They was unaliving us. They wanted us to eat pork. This woman and her 7 sons said, "We ain't doing that. To hell with all that. You can say you can miss me with that." And they burned her and her son alive. Her and her 7 sons alive. We're reading about that historical event that really happened. And thank God for that sister having that strength and not letting them boys go out like suckers just because some old oppressor want us to do something because he feel like he's God. Nah, we ain't doing that. All right, go ahead, Ak. You got it. I'm sorry. Yep, read it from the top. I'm gonna boom post this on the screen.
This
Go
is
ahead,
the
you got
book of Second Maccabees, chapter 7, verse 3. Then the king, being enraged, commanded pins and cauldrons to be made hot.
Oh, start from verse 1 and read down to 3.
Count. This is the book, Second Maccabees.
Y'all bear with us, all right? We got a little bit to read. Go ahead.
This is the book of Second Maccabees, chapter 7, verse 1. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine flesh.
To do what?
Taste swine flesh.
To taste swine's flesh. They wanted us to eat pork. What they wanted us to do. Go ahead.
And were tormented.
They was, torturing us. Go ahead.
Slightly, sir. So I know you just said it. So this is basically, I remember I think Jimmy brought this up too. Story on this, and this is for alchemists.
Yeah, this is a major story in Israel. That's why they made it to the Bible, because they stood on business. It was like, F this white man. I don't give a damn who he is. We ain't eating no damn pork. And I don't give a damn how many other black people sold out and ate the pork. I don't care how many damn Hispanics sold out and ate the pork. I don't care how many Native Americans sold out and ate pork. Me and my sons ain't doing it. That was the strength of a black woman, of a Jew. Go ahead.
Okay. And were tormented with scourges and whips. But one of verse 2. But one of
and them, they go that whip. They love to beat us. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 2. But one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldst thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die, rather than be transgress the law of our fathers.
Listen, one of them said, what you want us to do? We ready to die. That's black and Hispanic people. Rather than transgress God's law, you might as well just kill me. Keep going.
Oh God. Then the king, being enraged.
Then the king was enraged. Go ahead.
Commanded pens and cauldrons to be made hot.
Ooh. Ready to burn them. All right, skip you down to verse 12. Go ahead.
Oh God, verse 12. Insomuch that the king and they were with him marveled at the young man.
They marveled at him, at the young men. Look, they looked at him like, what? Because now skip down because, I skipped you down because there's a lot that's going on and we got a little bit of time, but they marveled at the courage of these young brothers and their mother. Go ahead, that black woman.
Marveled at the young man's courage, for that he nothing regarded the pens.
Keep going.
Verse 13. Now, when this man was dead, also they tormented and mangled the pork in like manner.
So what happened was now they're on the 4th son. So these sons, they watching the one brother get unalive, then they step up, they get unalive, then the next one step up and they get unalive, then they marvel like, God damn, these young brothers are soldiers. Then the next one stepped up, the 4th one. Go ahead.
So when he was ready to die, he said, thus it is good being put to death by men, to look for hope from God, to be raised up again by him. Because
reincarnation is real. When you pass away or you unalive, you're going to come back as a baby. That's the cycle of life. You came in with a pamper, you're going out with a pamper, you're going to come back in with a pamper, you're going back out with a pamper, you're going to come back in again with a pamper, you're going back out with a pamper. It's a circle of life. You grow old and you die, and you come back and you grow old and you die, and you come back and you grow old and you unalive again. And it just keeps going. But you live out a judgment in each life. Whatever you did in your past life, You live in that judgment out here on this earth right now. Because of what you did in the past life, you get your judgment. Ain't no such thing as hell. At least not underground with some old pink thing with a fork and a tail. Hell is a condition that is on the earth, that you suffer on the earth. Keep going.
And for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection.
Ooh. As for you bastards, you ain't gonna have no resurrection to life. Lord gonna destroy you. The oppressor is going extinct. Keep going.
They brought the fourth also and mangled him.
Go ahead. Unalive the fourth one. Go ahead.
Then looked he unto the king and said, Thou hast power over men. Thou art corruptible. Thou doest what thou wilt. Yet think not.
Wait, thou does what?
Thou does what thou wilt.
Have you ever heard the term "do what thou wilt"? The evil satanic term from the cult, from that crazy old evil devil's cult. Do what thou wilt, meaning do what you want to do. The oppressor, he took that from this because that's what he's been doing. Whatever he wants to do. Keep going.
Yet think not that our nation is forsaken of God.
Yeah, you might be here, you might got a little bit of power, but you corruptible, meaning what? You are going to decay after you die, which means what? I don't have to fear you. You're going to turn back into dirt. Anyway, you still do what you want to do. That's fine. You can do whatever you want to do with me. Because what? Because God didn't forsake our nation. And our God is the only real God, the God of the Bible, the God of the Israelites. Keep going. I'm going to stop you at verse 20, then we're going to skip down to 23.
Verse 17. But abide above, and behold his great power, how he will torment thee and thy seed. Verse 18. After him.
And he told him, look, God going to destroy you and your children. Just watch. Go ahead.
God. After him also they brought the sixth.
So they on the sixth brother now. They unalived 5 of her sons so far. Keep going.
Who being ready to die said, Be not deceived without cause, for we suffer these things for ourselves, having sinned against our God, therefore marvelous things are done to us.
He said, don't listen, first off, don't be deceived. You ain't doing this because you got power. We doing this as a punishment for sinning against God. That's why you here. The oppressor run the world because we sinned against God, the Jews, the real Jews. But don't think that God forsook us, because Jesus Christ is coming back during World War III. That's what the Bible says. They don't tell you that about World War III. They tell you, oh, aliens. And notice they never mix it with World War III. They don't say aliens is coming during World War III because that's just going to match up with the Bible. And people going to figure out it ain't aliens, it's angels that's going to come. And the UFOs have been documented war machines that the angels use. The Lord, it tells you that the Lord has wheels and chariots. Those are the what you call UFOs. Ezekiel said a wheel within a wheel, the circle. Come on, man. He said that, documented in the Bible about UFOs. What you know about that? Because they don't teach us the Bible. Keep going.
Verse 19. But think not that thou takest in hand to strive against God, that thou shalt escape unpunished.
Meaning the Lord going to destroy you. You ain't getting away with it. Go ahead.
God, but the mother was marvelous above all.
But the mom, after that, listen, they unalived 6 of her sons so far. She got one left in herself. They said the mom, that black woman, that Hispanic woman, that Native American woman, she was more marvelous than all her damn sons because she was a gangster about God. She stood on business for real. Keep reading.
Kamikar, verse 20. But the mother was marvelous
Above all.
above all, and worthy of honorable memory.
And worthy of honorable memory. That's why she in this Bible to this day. Go ahead.
For when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of one day, she bare it with a good courage because of the hope that she had in the Lord.
Because of what hope she had in the Most High. Keep going. So drop down to verse 23.
Verse 23. But doubtless the creator of the world, whom formed the generations of man, and found out that the beginning of all things will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again, as ye now regard not your own selves for his law's sake.
Now, don't think about yourself, for God's sake, for the law of God. Disregard you. These devils, they're going to unalive you, but you're going to keep God's law. Go ahead.
Now,
Antiochus,
thinking himself despised and suspecting it to be a reproachful speech.
It says, while the youngest was yet alive, did not only exhort him by words, but also assured him with oaths that he would make him both rich and a happy man if he would turn from the law of his fathers. That's what the Illuminati is about. That's what all these baby oil parties is about. Getting rich if you give up the law of God. That's what Epstein's Island is about. I'll make you a rich man, a rich woman. You're going to get the role that you want in the movie. But you got to give up God's law. I had a famous uncle, y'all. I'm going to let this out now. Nobody know this. I had a famous uncle. I told Commander General Yohana, a few brothers know in the school, but I don't know if y'all know this. My uncle JJ is playing Michael Jackson's dad in the Michael Jackson movie, right? Coleman Domingo, my uncle JJ, right? He did a lot of roles. He was in Birth of a Nation. He did a lot of stuff. But he was already into the lifestyle that of the LGBTQ. And this was known throughout our family. So it might not have been as hard for him to get roles in Hollywood if that's what he had to do. But one thing stopped him from getting a lot of roles. Guess what that was? Dark skin. You can look up his biography as an actor. He got turned down on roles because he was too dark for certain roles. Good night. So the oppressor, you can get down with him. You can forsake God's law, but you can't stop being black. You ain't black enough to get with them. I mean, you ain't white enough to get with them. You're too damn black. Let's keep going. Keep reading. And skip down to verse 25.
But when the young man would in no case hearken to him, the king called his mother and exalted her that she would counsel the young man to save his life.
So she about to give her son counsel. Go ahead.
Verse 26. And when he had exalted her with many words, she promised him that she would counsel her son.
Go ahead.
Verse 27. But she bowing herself towards him, laughing, the cruel tyrant to scorn.
So she laughed this king to scorn. Go ahead.
Speak in her country language.
In Hebrew. Go ahead.
On this manner. Oh, my son.
Oh, my son. Oh, Banya. Go ahead.
Have pity upon me.
And
bear thee 9 months in my womb.
I carried you for 9 months. Go ahead.
And gave thee such 3 years.
I mean, I suckled you as a baby till you was 3 years old. Go ahead.
And nourished and brought thee up unto this age, and endured the troubles of education.
And endured the trouble of paying for you to go to school. Go ahead.
I beseech thee, my son, look upon the heaven and the earth, and all that is therein, and consider that God made them of things that were not, and so was mankind made likewise.
Go ahead.
Fear not this tormentor.
Don't fear this white boy. Go ahead.
But begin worthy of thy brother.
But be worthy of your brother. They got unalived like a man. Son, you do the same thing. Because who knows how old this son is? Go ahead.
Take thy death.
Take your death. Go ahead.
That I may receive thee again in mercy with thy brother.
That I'm going to receive you again in mercy with your brothers. You're going to be born to me again. Back in the day, they was having 11, 12 kids. My grandma got 10. My other grandma got 11. My grandpa had 2 wives. He had 21 kids. The 2 women, he had 10 with my grandma and 11 with my other grandma. So they get that. She ain't lying. You can push them back out. Go ahead.
Verse 30. While she was yet speaking these words, the young man said, whom wait for ye? I will not obey the king's command, but I will obey the commandment of the law that was given unto our fathers by Moses.
Keep going. Go ahead, young brother. Keep going.
And thou that hast been the authority
of mischief against the Hebrews shall not escape the hands of God. And I'm going to skip you down. Go to verse 34.
Verse 34. But thou, O godless man, and of all other most weakness.
Wicked. Yeah, is the old quicker English. Go ahead.
Be not lifted up without a cause, nor puffed up with
uncertain hopes,
or puffed up with uncertain hopes, lifting up thy hand against the servant of God.
Keep going.
For thou hast not yet escaped the judgment of Almighty God.
Go to verse 37.
Verse 37. But I also, my brethren, offer up my body and life for the laws of our fathers, beseeching God that he would speedily be merciful unto our nation, and that thou by torment and plagues mayest confess that he alone is God. Verse 38. And that in me and my brethren the wrath of the Almighty, which is justly brought upon our nation, may he cease. 39. Then the king, being enraged, handed him worse than all the rest, and took it grievously that he was mocked.
So he did him worse than all his other brothers. Tortured him worse. Go ahead.
So this man died unjustified.
Undefiled.
And put his whole trust in the Lord.
So even though he tortured him the worst, he still was blameless to God. Go ahead.
Last of all, after the mother died.
So they unalived the mother after she laughed that white boy to scorn. That white boy, he felt so bad. He said, look, I'll make you rich. He told the last son, look out, because she was laughing in his face. Like, you just killed my sons and you going to kill me and him. Because we don't give a damn what you say. You punk ass YT boy. Now, I'm adding that in there, but it was well needed. So they unalived all her sons and then unalived her. Go ahead, read the last verse.
God, let this be enough now had spoken concerning the
idolatrous feast.
And extreme torture.
So learn something from this lesson. Don't do idolatrous feasts like New Year's and Thanksgiving and Christmas and 4th of July, which he was a slave on 4th of July originally. But your birthday and St. Patrick's Day and Easter and all that, don't get into none of that. And don't worry about some devil going to torture us the way they torturing our Mexican brothers, the tribe of Issachar. You know why? Because if you serve God, even though you may lose your life here right now, you're going to be undefiled in front of God. You're going to be innocent in front of God. And when he bring you back as a baby, you're going to live a way better life than you did before. Ain't even going to have to worry about it. And you may come back in a time where white people are extinct, because they're going extinct after World War III. After Christ's return, they're going to serve out their slavery for however many years that they slaves to us, and they're going to die off slow. And sooner or later, you won't even know what a white boy even was. 300,000 years from now, you won't even know what that is. You'd be like, huh, Dad, what is all this? I keep hearing about these once nasty people that, you know, used to have us as slaves. And then he take you to some museum and there's a statue of Trump or some crap in there with a suit on, and he looking at him like he lived in a cave and then he put on a suit and then he ran us. But we guys, people, we can do this. We got this. We got so much power. I'm so strong, Daddy. How could he run us? And you're going to have to tell your kids. Or, Mommy, how did, you know, how was they in charge of us? You got to tell your kids, well, son, daughter, we sinned against God and we became an evil people. And God put an evil people over top of us. But he didn't forsake us, and he came and got us after he punished us, and then he punished them evil people. And they became our dogs for a while and our slaves for a while until they went extinct. And that's the history of white people. You're going extinct, and that's the history of blacks and Hispanics, and also the history of Hebrew. Because she said all that in her Hebrew tongue, in our own native language, encouraged and counseled that brother. Man, with that being said, I want to say Tawada for y'all tuning in. Shalom Yasha'Allah, Anya Kahan, Wakwatazian Mara, Ma Warka Kayahayawam, Anya Awabarkatha Al Kahan, Wakwatazian, Nathanya Allah, Tawada, Shalom. What I just said was, peace, Israel. I'm Officer Mara, your teacher for the day. I'm passing the class over to Priest and Officer Nathanya Allah. Thank you. Peace. All right. Hey, thank you for tuning in, TikTok. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. I'm gonna turn the camera around to the guard. All right. So you know, he's gonna do his announcements, and y'all just keep rocking with us, man. What? Oh, you gotta turn the camera to you. The water for everybody that tuned in, everybody online. Shalom, Most High Christ. Oh man, for Rob, man, you're gonna be forever missed, man, till you rise again or till we see you on them chariots out. All right, man. Most High Christ. How about you, man? Shabrak a thumb, brother.
This is the ISUPK.
More, you're a little bit out of. Go ahead.
This is the ISUPK security announcements. We're the ISUPK, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, with a committed in Johanna. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here to salute. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After the 6th month, if a brother and sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother and sister. There is another 6 months in which a brother and sister will court each other. And after this 6 months period, the brother and sister should get permission from the head to marry, ties, which is a commandment. You can find it in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8, verse 3, verse 8 to 10, means 10th in Hebrew, Mayashra, 10% of every increase the Lord gives you. Treasury Department, Priest Fund. It's a lot, yes, sir. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department. Priest funds, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. A common congregation, the Feast of Purim. The Feast of Purim, that's the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. And that's on Monday, the 2nd, March. It's March 2nd and March 3rd. And you can read that about in, what did I say?
Esther
10, Esther chapter 9, verse 20, 31. Remind Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to become a trooper in the school, so wear all black boots, shirts, headband, and scarf, and that of Israel. I do. Stand. And Israel, we're going to do one courtesy salute. And Israel, Mike Shabbat, Mike Rock.
Y'all by Shimmy, y'all Shah, Rock and Thumb.
Sar, sisters, and Israel. We're doing this is one courtesy salute. And Israel, Mike Shabbat, Mike Rock.
I was Shamar Thumb by Shimmy, y'all Shah. Musa in Christ, y'all. All right, Musa in Christ. A lot of y'all tuning in, man. Go and